Greetings, Captains. I'm miserably and welcome once again to the Tribble Timewarp. My Breen Tactical Officer is still invisible. The capital line is still a shuttlecraft. Interestingly, on other looks at this login screen, it has actually displayed the correct ship. And there we go. I have no idea what's going on there. And for some reason it's dragged out one of my spare uniforms and put me in it. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with the retro duds, it's just, they aren't what I'm wearing in game. So I don't know whether it's balked and is somehow picking a random costume. Who cares? Let's just crack on. Federation Mission Journal had an update in the last patch, so that's what we're going to be taking a look at for the most part in this episode. Right. Let's see, is anything going to pop up automatically? Right, no. Oh! Right. Franklin, hi, yeah. Oh, sorry, Tapar. Right. Admiral, we have a situation in the Nimbus system. Some on the Nimbus III. So much for the planet of galactic peace. Normally most people steer clear of the Nimbus system these days. The Orion Syndicate runs the planet. Right, so it's a wretched hive of scum and villainy. How can anyone tell the difference? Go to Nimbus 3 and follow up on leads regarding secret weapons. There we go. We'll be looking for a man named Horace Jones. If you can find out what happened to them down there, I will be sure to check the local graveyard. And shouldn't there be some sort of backdrop here? Just thinking. More to the point, shouldn't this be a Vulcan, or at least acknowledge Franklin Drake? Oh well, let's move on. Remember, Tribble is Tribble. And indeed, Tribbles are trouble, but that's another matter entirely. Taldewa. Ooh. Go away, Tanae. Transwarp. Now, is that a rep thing, or no? I don't believe it is. Either way, it's handy to have. Rather diminishes one of the Excelsior's selling points if everyone's got it, though. Right, the Nimbus system. Of course, at the moment, this is just scenery on the live server, holodeck. Right. Minimize that. I thought deja vu. And slipstream since I'm bored. Let's pull up the rest of the journal while we have a transit. So you can see the new tab here, Wasteland. Secrets of Nimbus. Lost it. Wait a sec. I've seen that sequence of missions elsewhere. Well, Cryptic might have adapted the missions so it's properly Federation, Klingon and Romulan organised. Get rid of that whooshing sound for a bit. But at the same time saying, yay, we have full campaigns for all three races, and then it turning out that, well, actually, we did it by copying and pasting large chunks of the content, does leave a bit of a bad taste. Set a course for Nimbus 3. I am at Nimbus 3. What is going on here? Right. Let's try approaching around again. Go to Nimbus 3. Oh, that's interesting. It hasn't actually marked it. Now, is that because this is just broken? In which case, this is going to be the shortest time warp I've done in some considerable time. Right, well, let's head for another sector and see what we get. In progress. Beam down to Nimbus 3. Well, it shouldn't be that awkward, should it? Maybe transwarping will fix it. In which case, why did I not just jump into the other sector when I had the chance? It's because I like trampling all over Klingon space. Borders be damned. Right, warp. Let's see if a transwarp will make this work. There we go. 38,000 credits to transwarp to the Taudoa sector block. It's Tribble. Who cares about money? Alright. This would appear to be somewhat broken. Journal. In progress. Drop the mission. Okay. Episodes. Wasteland. Hail. Hello, not to par. I assume that this will change depending on whether you have or haven't done the previous missions involving Section 31. Or maybe it won't. I mean, who knows? It's probably not supposed to be Drake doing this anyway. Right. We've sent operatives. Look, there we go. Secrets of Nimbus in progress. And nothing. Well, that seems to be very, very broken. I suppose we could try it with a different character. Where did I leave the Klingon? Right. Oh, I don't want the camera doing the Ferengi prosperity dance. Available episodes. Yes, go away. I have other things to deal with. Even if there is a house on fire, just tell them to get some buckets. And no, I can't get to that yet, so that's a little bit stuffed, isn't it? Okay, contact there is Kamen, so I don't know, that makes me think the contact ought to be Franklin Drake, because Kamen is the Klingon counterpart. But, well, that's a far shorter Tribble time warp than I expected it to be, ladies and gentlemen. So I'll find something else to test. What do we have? Vigilance. A house on fire. Why not? It'll get the Chancellor to stop bothering me. Right, the once mighty House of Torg. Those of you who've watched my earlier missions will remember that this was the house that first ambushed me for some unspecified treason, and then decided that they were going to decide salvaging some Borg weaponry, which of course never ever goes wrong. So, the Vela system in the regular sector block, recover the weapons before the buyer gets them. Shouldn't be too hard. Oh, who am I kidding? It's going to be a nightmare. Alright. The Vela system. If memory serves... There we go, right on the other side of the block. Go away. I realise I could disable that with flicking the setting in the options menu about auto mission pop-ups. It's a little odd that they pop up something on Tribble when you've already got a mission in play. I'm not used to it doing that on holodeck, and I don't think it does. So, Bridge officer set. Am I missing anything? Not really. Could I suppose drop tactical initiative onto Control 9? By that I think we have everything that's likely to pop up. What's this? Data chip. Oh, of course, that kind of data chip. Go away. Although, in fairness... Actually, we are not clear to warp to the Sirius set block. Shouldn't that be we are not cleared As in, well, cleared. Anyway, I'm being pedantic again. Still, little bug, still a bug. Alright, get rid of chat. Let's see if that thing spontaneously hoiks itself back up. And here we are at the Vela system. Alright. Orion's again. Happy days. Right. Get the buckets. The house is on fire. If this mission doesn't have at least one reference to the proverb that only fools fight in a burning house, I shall be very disappointed. And yet I'm aware that strictly speaking the proverb is only a fool fights in a burning house, and that I just called cryptic on a minor error and then made exactly the same one myself, but hey, it's testing, that's what it's for. Now where's this loading timer? Oh, here we go. Alright, what have we got? That's where this but the world goes trouble. We should scan the facilities ahead. Wait a minute. This is another warmed up patrol, isn't it? And a different sound effect on the cloaking device, which well, I could live with it. Makes sense, I suppose. Different model of cloak, different model of sound. I don't think I am at all. And another mission that's not auto-leveling. I find this is going to be easier, even if completely ludicrous from a balance standpoint. Alright. Nice touch that the freighters are all named. That's fine by me. I wasn't particularly planning to anyway. Oh, there you are. Goodbye. Right. And it's de-minimized the chat again. Right, is this just going to happen every single time I zone? Memories of Rigel. Excellent, you're not shooting at me. Good. I like not being shot at. It saves so much scrubbing of paintwork to get the burn marks off. What else do we have? Interesting that that's a Klingon swordmaster. Clearly a renegade who has fallen from honor. But it does make me wonder if they're just using random portraits here, in which case you have a bit of a course glitch there as well. The SS Fortune, well, I hope they've got one. They're going to need it to pay the repair bills. Alright, where else? Okay, well, there's got to be one more facility somewhere. Unless they plan to pull a rabbit out of the hat. Scans the facility. We did! Excellent! Right, some sort of residual failure on radiation at this facility. The weapons must be here. Of course they did. Right, well, that's just a good excuse to go down and melt some faces, isn't it? Right. I still can't shake the feeling that I've seen that scenario in one of the Starfleet patrols. It's been heavily polished, of course, and reworked, but I'm sure it'll come to me. Let's see what we have here when it finishes loading. There should be a console nearby that controls the damping field. Yes, it's whenever we change zone, isn't it? Go away. Right. Well, that was easily found. Find entitled. Wait a sec. Well, it doesn't look like the same loadout as that mission out of Starbase 39 when you were tracking a Ferengi on this kind of job, but... well... on with the killing. Apparently the Orions are hiring Gorn for this one. Right, simple enough. Let's clear this out. Mark crate for transport. Good. Transport effect. Yeah, it'll pass. I mean, if you were being really pedantic, you point out that it wasn't centered on the crate, but hey, it does the job. At least I've got decent rations on this station, though. Alright. All of you, of course. I assume it's going to be a plot point that the Syndicate is hiring Gorn mercenaries. At least I assume they're Gorn mercenaries. I mean, no loyal soldier of the Empire would ever consort with the Orions, filthy, dishonourable Patuxi that they are. Right, that's 3. Did I miss something? No, I don't think I did. Let's keep moving. We will need to proceed with caution. To battle! Choppy, 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 slashy, slashy, slashy. Get him turned so everyone else is getting flank damage. Basic melee tactics. And he falls over. Nice and simple. Okay, that's an interesting point. The loot is being levelled. So I wonder, is this side of the mission actually levelling? Yes, it is. Curious. So it's purely the space segment that didn't. Which I must admit does make me think that they had copy-pasted one of the older patrols and are just modifying it, but they had to do this bit from whole cloth. And it's very noticeable, isn't it? Right. Crate number 4. Looty, looty. Trania. Romulan imports. Ugh. Actually, is Trania Romulan? Who cares? It's clearly proof that they are just degenerate scum. Let's mix this up a bit. And Kobor can have the minigun. Alright. Onwards. Onwards. There we go. Excellent. The waiting beam noise. Right. Onwards. Character didn't play the beam out animation there. I'm not sure if that was just random or not. Right. Could have been tied to the fact that I was in shooter mode and had a two-handed weapon equipped, but I've never noticed that on holodeck, so again, is that something that's just crept in? Or have I just not been paying attention on holodeck, which is entirely possible. Alright, back to space. Now, if I remember correctly, I think we had this before in the patrol, and it was an Orion battleship that turned up. Of course, that could just be me anticipating. Oh! Hello, Captain! You have the weapons I purchased from the House of Tor. Give them immediately. To which I believe the polite answer is, no way, you crazy... Oops! Okay, that Dedodex needs to be flagged friendly until and unless you tell her to go herself. Or you could just leave it, because that is one of the most awesomely inadvertent bits of genre-savvy Romulan captain I have seen in a while. Oh, wow. And a really manoeuvrable battleship at that. Right. And at least it has a good sense to put you somewhere safely out of range. Where is she going? Like I said, new sound effect for the cloak, and they've changed the cloaking effect. Or am I even cloaked at all? No, somehow I'm not, so what is that? Because it's not the cloaking device. Ah! Four shields. Oh. Crap. Self-compacting, self-disposing corpse. I like these new singularity drives. But, oh wow, that Deredex was vicious. Alright, so that's who the House of Torg was saying to. Ye gods, you'd think every Klingon house that deals with the Romulans would have learned by now. Don't deal with Romulans. It never ends well. Your plasma's Mark 8 damage. Alright. Okay, so a few little bugs to tidy up in that mission, but overall nice touch. I'm halfway tempted to suggest that Cryptic ought to leave that to Deredex hostile just as a, hey, you know what? They're gonna shoot first. Alright. Hold on, I will send you translation that Starfleet would come over and kick our asses. And that is that. Next mission is Alpha, which... well, we've already seen that mission plenty of times. You'll notice it's got its loot in place from holodeck. So I think we will simply skip that one. Temporal Ambassador likewise, which brings us on to the Vigilance plotline. Sorry, Wasteland plotline. Except, yes, we can hail Kamen. Well, let's see if this will work. After all, that was the whole reason for firing up this Klingon character in the first place. Those Tal Shiar dogs. Yes, indeed. Any NPC savvy enough to shoot first cannot be allowed a decent weapon. However, we've actually got to walk back to sector space first. So, onwards to the Tau Dewa system. Maybe we can actually get it to work this time. And since it's Tribble and cash really doesn't mean anything, We'll blow the credits for Transwarp. And this doesn't seem to be working either. Terrific. Right. Well, looks like that's going to have to wait for a bit, doesn't it? Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I have been Yisrael. That has been the Tribble Time Warp, and it is the small hours of the 21st of April. Until next time, farewell.